Good start for Albert Pujols with the Dodgers. Knocked in a run last night. They're decimated by injuries. Back Dave Valley, Steve Wilkos. Where do you stand on this? I was perplexed. Ken, where were you on this?
Shocked.
Okay, good.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
But then I looked at the roster, and at the time they're running out DJ Peters and Sheldon Noisy, two rookies, as the right-handed hitters off their bench. And then I look at their injured list, currently consists of 12 guys, and not including Chris Taylor, who was out last night. He may have to go on. You don't know yet. So from a depth standpoint, yeah, I get it. He's a better presence right now than Noisy and Peters would be. You can use him in that capacity. It's amazing how he gets pressed into starting duty in his first night because they have so many injuries, 12 guys on the injured list. You can see some of the names right there. Do I think, Brian, he's going to make a difference? No, I do not think that. Since 2017, he's been a below-average offensive player, 15% below league average by OPS+. So it is what it is. He has been better against left-handers this year in a very small sample. That could be what the Dodgers are looking at. You see the numbers right there.
And he's had certain years where
they've had struggles against lefties. So you kind of can rationalize it after the fact and understand it. But do I think ultimately, as you mentioned to the dog, is he on your playoff roster? No. I don't see that.
You know what? It surprised me, too. Not this, hey, do you think there's something left? Like, it's a very A's move. You know, the A's of 10 years ago. Like, you get Piazza and the big hurt, throw him in the DH and revitalized. You never know. But that the Dodgers pride themselves on having these multi-position. They're kind of like the Rays with money. Like, they're versatile.
Yes.
They have guys who mix and match and go everywhere, platoon advantage. And now here's the immobile, aging slugger, who's a Hall of Famer, but, you know, there he is occupying a spot. It just went against the grain of what they do.
It does, and keep in mind, their bench is not what it was last year. Kike's gone, Jock Peterson's gone. It's a little bit of a different look for them. And because of all the injuries, this is what created the opportunity. If not for all of these guys being out, there's no way they're doing this. So it's a move made out of, I can't say desperation. It's not like that. But it's a move made out of need.
I'll say this. He is a guy, when you look at his on-base and slugging, it depends on what you're trained to look at. Like, we were all trained to look at our baseball card when we were younger with the batting average, the home runs, and the RBIs. Then we move now to the modern era, and we look at the slash line, the batting average, the on-base, and the slugging. If you look at the slash line, Dave, you go, this guy can't hit. If you go back to the baseball card numbers, oh, he has 25 homers and 90 RBIs, even in a bad season. So I'm admitting, there's something that he's doing to be productive. It's not like he can't hit. He's making a lot of outs, but he's still creating things. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. And I absolutely agree with you. I think to be one of the greatest right-handed hitters of all time, you do have to know something about getting something done when it matters. And this guy just knows how to do it. From 2019, BK, I'm going to show you this. He has averaged, this is his 162-game average, is 29 home runs and 109 RBIs.
Dave brought his own full screen. Look at this.
I did.
Right, look at that.
I came prepared.
It's a sneak attack.
I mean, tell me that's not surprising.
That is surprising. Right.
So it's like, does 29 and 109 still matter? I think so. And I'd much rather have Albert Pujols walk up in the ninth inning and nothing against Roberts or Noisy, but I'd much rather have a lot more confidence watching Albert walk up into that box in a situational situation.
Even when all of the analysts years ago were writing he is a dead weight on the roster, he should be released, I disagreed with that at the time because there is a presence there. There's something there in the box. Now, do we always see results? No. But can you trust him to give you a good at-bat in a big situation? I think you can.
Well, where are you on this, Steve?
Well, it just reminds me of Steve Carlton at the end of his career, right? Like bouncing around. Here you have this great Hall of Famer, and, you know, he's bouncing from team to team. And I mean, like you said, is he going to be on the Dodgers postseason? Because a lot of people were really upset that he got released by the Angels. Well, isn't he going to get released again? You know, it's kind of a sad way to go out with such a great career.
I heard that earlier. I was watching, Mark DeRosa saying, like, there's no way. I think you were sitting there.
Yes.
There's no way this should be happening to a Hall of Famer. You have to, like,
players believe that. A lot of players.
What's the obligation for the club at a certain point?
Well, they paid him $240 million, so there shouldn't be that much of an
obligation. The checks are clearing.
But
right?
I think where D-Rose coming from there, and you've heard this from other players, even active players, a player of that stature, an inner circle Hall of Famer, which is what he is.
Correct.
He deserves, in their minds, better. Now, if you remember Ichiro, he got an orchestrated send-off in Japan. They did that. It was a beautiful thing. Even A-Rod, who was the scourge of the game, the Yankees made sure that he went out the right way. And that is what players took exception to, that, hey, this is different. What happened here? And as I said before on MLB Central, something went down here, and there was some friction somewhere here, and that is what led to an unceremonious departure.
I thought it couldn't happen. He has a personal services contract for 10 years.
Yes, he does.
So I thought, well, they're kind of locked in. You better play nice with each other. Are they still going to be just paying that out?
That contract still exists, yes.
They got to play nice. You got to pay either way. That's why I thought you want to keep him around. What are you going to do now? Have him for an Angels appearance? When he's done with the Dodgers? Between Dodger playoff games or something?
Well, what's strange to me is that we probably don't know exactly what was said behind the scenes because, to your point, he is that special player, special career, and you would like to see things handled properly. You know, whether the Angels said, hey, we want to give you a retirement day. Clearly, he said, no, I'm not ready to retire, so I don't need that. And then they said, well, there's no other way to do this or handle this. So a difficult situation anytime you have to you're dealing with an aging superstar and how you kind of have that send-off.
I'll say this, he had this Hall of Fame career. He didn't for them.
No, he didn't.
He had one good year.
Yes.
For the Angels. Now, the Cardinals owe him money. He performed for them.